No. 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 What is Group A? What is this?
Plus Phoenix are back to reclaim their title. Since adding Nuguri to the roster,
What the
FPX have been on
hell? Oh
an
my
absolute
god.
rampage this year with an
I feel like the worst possible thing for Group A would be like Rogue, probably. Oh, yep.
Rogue.
Yep. Wow.
The third and final seed for Europe this year is Rogue. Last year, Rogue was seeded.
All I can
into
say
a
is that
different
whoever
group.
gets
Among
out of the play-ins into
expectations,
that
many did not
group,
expect them to finish
rip
last
them,
in their
man.
group.
2.5 minutes. I'm gonna do some quick play-in predictions here. So, assuming that all these teams play each other in Group A, I don't see a world where LNG doesn't go 4-0, to be honest. Either 4-0 or 3-1. They could lose to Life, but I don't expect it. So if I'm looking at Group A, I'm saying LNG makes it out as the first seed. Then after that, for Infinity, Red, and Peace, this is pretty funny because I have Infinity, Red, and Peace as 3 of the bottom 4 teams. So of those, I definitely think Infinity is the one who will step up and get that 3rd seed. Here's where it gets interesting because Peace is historically shit in best of ones and very, very good in best of fives. I don't know. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna get a hot take going on right here. I'm actually gonna say that Peace is going to be the number 3. Play in Group B. This one is a lot simpler for me. I think GS is the first seed. And then, gosh, this is actually difficult. So UOL is definitely the bottom seed. They go 0-4 easy. And then, oh man, Detonation Focus me, Cloud9 and Beyond Gaming. And then, yeah, I'll say Cloud9 beats DFM. So DFM is out. Cloud9 is the 3rd seed. And then what that means is that you have a matchup between Cloud9 and Hanwha Life. And then a matchup between Peace and Beyond Gaming. And these are a lot easier to tell. I think Beyond Gaming is 100% the winner of this match. And between Cloud9 and Hanwha Life, as weird as it might sound, I really don't think that Hanwha Life's a strong team. Like, they're 7-11, they have a lot of weak points. They have a lot of strong points, but I don't know. I don't have faith in Hanwha Life. I think they're probably the weakest major region team at Worlds this year. I'm gonna say Cloud9 actually wins that. So there you have it. My 4 teams getting out are LNG, Galatasaray, Cloud9, and Beyond Gaming. I guess I could actually run through a couple of variations of what could happen. So this is one. This is first variation. I think that another very possible situation that you have is LNG, Hanwha Life. Probably have Infinity over Peace. I mean, it doesn't matter in the long run, but I also see a world where Infinity takes that spot. And then I can see a world where Galatasaray, who is not used to the international stage, drops to 3rd, right? Then you have Infinity versus Cloud9, right? So INF, Cloud9, and then on the other side you have Galatasaray and Hanwha Life. Cloud9, this is an easy win for Cloud9, to be honest. This series would be interesting, although I do think at the end of the day that Galatasaray just wins that too, which means that you end up with an LNG, Beyond Gaming, Galatasaray, C9. And essentially what this means is that regardless of how this plays out, you end up with the same teams, same 4 teams getting out, right? Like, even if let's say that you have a scenario where Detonation Focus May is better than Cloud9 or Beyond Gaming. Well, no, I guess you could have a scenario where, okay, so that's interesting. Let's say that there's a world where Detonation Focus May gets the 3 seed. Does Detonation Focus May beat Hanwha Life in a best of 3? And on that, I'm actually not super confident. So I think if Hanwha Life wants to go through, they need Detonation Focus May to hit top 3, because I don't think Hanwha Life can beat any of these 3 teams in a best of 5. So let's see. Assuming that I have these 4 teams, That would mean that LNG is forced into Group D. So these are the 3 possible variations that you have out of the groups. These are the only 3 possibilities that would happen with this lineup. So looking at Group D, I don't think TL has a chance, right? So TL probably places 4th in that group. And then it's a question of Mad, Gen G, or LNG, which is really, really tough. But I think what ends up happening is Gen G goes there. I think Gen G just got really unlucky. I think LNG tops the group, and then Mad, and then Gen G. I think this is what you have. I think there is a world where you could have Mad topping with LNG second, and then Gen G and TL. So this is the most likely. This is second most likely. I think there is a world where you have Gen G getting through, right? LNG, and then it would be Mad and TL not making it. I think there's also a world where you have the inverse, where it's Mad and Gen G, and then LNG doesn't make it, and then TL doesn't make it, right? I don't think that there's a world where TL ever gets out of this group. This group is absolutely disgusting to look at. So my overall prediction would be this one. This is the main one, of course. And then these are all just possible variations. I think if you look at Group C, so there's a 2 out of 3 chance that Cloud9 gets put into this group. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think it matters. I think that you have a couple of possibilities here. I think the most likely that you have is that PSG tops it. Yeah, so I'll do one for Cloud9 and then one for Galatasaray. I think Cloud9 is easy weakest seed. I think RNG goes here, and I think Fnatic goes there. Like literally just straight up in order. I think that another order you could have would be Fnatic topping, and PSG second, and then RNG and Cloud9. I think there is a world where you have PSG, RNG, and then Fnatic dropping out with Cloud9. I think that's very possible. And now let's say that Galatasaray is put in there. That makes the group a hell of a lot harder all of a sudden. I think if Galatasaray is in, then... I mean, most likely what happens is that Galatasaray places last, right? And then it would probably just be RNG, Fnatic, PSG again. But... that's the most likely. I do see a world where you have something along the lines of PSG, and then maybe Galatasaray, and then RNG, and then Fnatic. I think this is a possible variation. I think it's very unlikely, but I would not be super surprised to see something like this. And let me look at this group. So Beyond Gaming is the most likely. This group is pretty easy. I think there's only... Wait, why did I do that? I think there's only one variation of this group. And I think that's this. I think other possible variations would be something like EDG, Galatasaray T1, 100 Thieves. And I think the last variation would be EDG, T1, Galatasaray, 100 Thieves. I actually think these should be swapped. Hold on. Because I think it's more likely that T1 gets through. So basically what I'm saying is that Group B is the least interesting group. And then Group A, this is the one where any wildcard team, or sorry, any of the playing teams can make it in. Doesn't fucking matter. I think the only 2 scenarios you have are FPX and then Dom1. And then I think Beyond Gaming and Rogue. Well, no, it's most likely that because 2 out of 3 C9, 2 out of 3 BYG. So this would be actually GS and then Rogue. I think if you have Cloud9, then very similar. I think you have Beyond Gaming. Sorry, wait, what am I doing? FPX, Dalmonkia. Let's see if it's Cloud9, then Cloud9 and Rogue. And then if you have Beyond Gaming, then it's FPX, Dalmonkia, Beyond Gaming, Rogue. And then I think your least likely scenario is that, like, okay, if Cloud9 or Beyond Gaming goes into the group, this is really what happens. However, if Galatasaray goes into the group, I think there is a world where you get FPX, Galatasaray, Dalmonkia, Rogue, right? But it's the least likely scenario, as always, because it's on the bottom. So that means that you have your 1 seeds are LNG, PSG, EDG, and FPX. And then your 2 seeds are Dalmonkia, T1, Fnatic, and Mad. So this is what I have. These are my groups in order of possibilities. These are plans predictions. A bit of a shorter stream, but that's going to be it. We have, yep, plans and groups.